Okay, boys and girls, quick update. It is definitively this shitty cable right here. I'm not going to touch it, otherwise I get an afro. That has been causing all the grief with the GPU. So I basically bodged it back together, pushed those in enough for it to make a connection. Obviously, pulled them apart. I think they've been touching. It now runs. I've played multiple games, hooked up as it should be. I've played multiple games now with DMZ, so the graphics card is totally fine. All the work that I did around firmware updates and BIOS updates and all the rest of it's paid off, so that's good. No issue with the motherboard except for that weird staining I showed you, and I'm in contact with the SUS about that. My graphics card is probably going to come back with no problem found, and that's also fine because it's a RTX3080 instead of and it's an ASUS product as well, instead of the Gigabyte 3070ti. So this is the problem, and excuse the sketchy setup on top of my suitcase here. Thermaltake, I don't know what's happened to the quality of your cables, guys and girls, but that's obviously not good. And this is not a cheap power supply. As I mentioned in the previous video, I've used this brand multiple times over, Jesus, a decade, maybe more. So I don't know what's going on with this, but this needs to get resolved, and I think this means that the power supply and all the cables need to go back to Thermaltake, because there is, if you can see there, the insulator has melted both on the connector side and on the wire side. So this whole thing's got to go back to Thermaltake. Anyway, problem solved definitively. That's what it is. Thermaltake PSU 1000 watt GF3 cables that have gone cactus for some reason, don't know why. Anyway, there you go, that's the update. I believe that's going to be the last one of these videos, because I think problem solved. I may do one when the ASUS 3080 comes back, but we'll see how that goes, and hopefully I'll be able to get it back in that, rather than having it well, rather sketchily laid out across a suitcase, a small table and everything else. Cheers for all the advice. Thanks for the feedback. Yes, I'm going to clean it. Yes, I'm going to clean it. This is all out for a reason. But yes, very happy to be gaming again. And thanks for everybody that followed along, joined me on Steam in DMZ in Australia. There's been a few players that have commented that they saw these videos. So that's kind of a nice thing too. So cheers again, everybody. As I say, maybe one more video, but for the moment, guilty party, Thermaltake GF3 1000 watt PSU with crap cabling and or connector on the actual PSU itself. Cheers everybody.